Coming up on Bear News, local workers are making their voices heard downtown, and we have the story.
It's important to recognize and change things.
A cultural center on campus will have a new name. Find out why.
These kids came from 900 miles away to serve a community they knew nothing about.
And meet the UNC students who are helping a distant community rebuild. Bear News starts now. Good afternoon, Bears. My name is Alicia Flores.
And my name is Maya Oakley. And let me just say, it feels great to be back.
I agree. Spring break was much needed, but so was Bear News.
Today we'll update you guys on what you might have missed last week.
Well, let's not wait anymore and get right into it. The employees stuck to their word and went on strike at JBS. Bear News reporter TJ Gurney and I checked out the action before the sun was up on Monday. The sidewalk was filled as picketers circled 11th and 8th Avenue. Each person held a sign saying, "Do not patronize JBS employees." Over 4,000 people called the beef plant out on accusations of unfair labor practices. The strike is still ongoing, and the union plans to continue for one more week.
And on to more powerful moments, allegations made against civil rights activist Cesar Chavez have come to light. Now students on campus are taking the time to recognize the importance of change in the community.
I think that it's important to recognize and change things.
Several women have brought forward with sexual assault claims about Chavez 30 years after his death. One of the women is co-founder of the United Farm Workers, Dolores Huerta. The controversy has caused hundreds of establishments to reconsider his legacy, and UNC is one of them. Plans are already underway to rename the Cesar Chavez Cultural Center, and it was announced last week.
Change has to happen, and the only way for change to happen is to acknowledge that people in the past have made mistakes.
The City of Greeley announced that it is accepting applications for the West Greeley Citizen Oversight Committee, a new group made for transparency, public engagement, and informed decisions around the Cascadia project. This comes after voters decided to halt the construction occurring on Highway 34 and County Road 17. The committee will be in charge of reviewing the finances, zoning, and plans related to the project. This new committee will consist of 9 Greeley residents who will serve for 6 months. Applications are going to be accepted on the City of Greeley website until the 30th.
And more changes are happening in Greeley. You may have noticed some construction happening across the street from Gunter Hall on some old apartments. They are getting a much needed refresh, and they've been vacant since once one of the units caught fire. The scorch marks have been on display for students walking by for a while now, but pretty soon a new, modernized apartment will create options for students and local housing. Leases are open and it will offer 1 and 2 bedroom units. The concept photos look like a big upgrade, and it will be nice to have some more housing options.
TSA is facing staffing shortages, which is causing long lines at airports across the country. This is due to the partial government shutdown that went into effect on January 31st this year. Hundreds of workers have called out while others have quit, causing the abnormally long lines that have taken up to 8 hours to get through. President Trump has decided to send ICE agents to airports for assistance. He wrote in a Truth Social post saying, "I will move our brilliant and patriotic ICE agents to the airports where they will do security like no one has ever seen before, including the immediate arrest of illegal immigrants who have come into our country." Only time will tell if the deployment of ICE in airports will hurt or help with the government shutdown.
A flight carrying
Initial numbers indicate that 41 passengers and crew were transported to the hospital, as well as the ARF officers. At this time, we understand that 32 have been released, but there are also serious injuries.
A flight carrying 70 passengers hit a fire truck in a runway while landing at LaGuardia Airport in New York last night. Air traffic was repeatedly telling the fire truck to stop. Both pilots died on impact and left the front end smashed. Speaking of things you won't want to miss, when we come back, we'll hear about how some of the students on campus helped out with the Kentucky flood disaster.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you gotta stop with that depression stuff.
Escúchame. En esta casa, los hombres no lloran.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Over spring break, Bear News reporter Rowan Nicodemus took a trip to Kentucky to help with the aftermath of the flood from last year.
In February 2025, the town of Calhoun, Kentucky went 50% underwater. And this past week, 33 UNC college students gave up their spring break to help those who were affected by the flood.
Well, first of all, I just want to ask you, what are you taking home?
Some learned new life skills, like putting in flooring, spreading mulch, rounding up goats, removing debris, and more.
Oh, who's Wayne's drywall team? So the transformation of that home is incredible. He sent me pictures this morning of some of your finished work.
I believe UNC Christian Challenge affected the Calhoun community in a lot of different ways, but mainly the fact that they loved on them and showed them that people do care. These kids came from 900 miles away to serve a community they knew nothing about.
And this is Rowan Nicodemus with Bear News.
Rowan, good work to you and your friends.
Well, this year, Colorado has been facing a hot winter with unseasonably warm temperatures and lack of snowfall. Resources have begun to dwindle. The water supply statewide is in bad condition. If it does not begin to improve, water restrictions will begin to apply to Colorado residents. If restrictions are not followed, you could receive a fine up to $1,000.
Bears, if you're looking for a job in education, look no further. The K-12 Employment Fair Days is coming back for free. Students can visit and alumni can visit over 75 school districts and get their foot in the door. Make sure to bring your resume on Thursday from 1 to 6 p.m. and Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Class of 2026, you're not going to want to miss this opportunity.
Since we're on the topic of attending career events, Maya, did you hear about the one the Journalism and Communications Department is hosting?
No, I didn't. What is it?
Well, they have a new beat, and it's all about setting students up for success. On April 1st, from 4 to 6 p.m., students can head over to Candelaria to enjoy a look into the future with the 360 Full Circle career event. In room 1120, students can experience mock interviews, an internship gallery, and even play a game of Faculty Jeopardy. Bears, this is your chance to network with alumni and student leaders, so make sure you stop by.
A postseason run and a cause bigger than the game. I'm Savannah Amack, here to tell you what the Bears are up to over break. The women's basketball team extended its season into the Women's National Invitational postseason tournament. After falling in Starch Madness, the Bears bounced back with a win over Air Force in the opening round. In the second round, South Dakota proved to be a tough matchup. The Coyotes capitalized on turnovers and pushed the tempo in transition, creating easy scoring opportunities and forcing UNC out of rhythm. UNC battled on the boards and stayed within reach, but couldn't quite overcome South Dakota's late-game execution. While the Bears' basketball season came to a close, another UNC team made an impact right here at home this weekend. UNC softball hosted St. Mary's for a weekend series highlighted by a pink-out game supporting the fight against cancer. Although the Bears came up short against the Gales, the series showcased moments that mattered far beyond the final score. From postseason basketball to meaningful moments at Gloria Rodriguez Field, UNC athletics is ramped up for the spring. Now, let's head back to Alicia and Maya.
Thank you, Savannah. And if you have a knack for movies, you might have caught the Oscars over break. This year's Academy Awards Best Picture race showcases the industry's positive shift towards equal appreciation within the arts. Held March 15th, the 2026 Oscars broke new ground as Autumn Duraheld Archipelago became the first woman in history to win Best Cinematography for her work on Sinners. Awards for the horror blockbuster hit didn't stop there, as Michael B. Jordan took home his first Oscar for Best Leading Actor. Sinners snagged 2 more Oscars before the night was over, but competitor one battle after another came out on top as 2026 Best Picture winner to round out its night of 6 total wins. So, Maya, did you watch the Oscars?
I watched a little bit of it, and I really enjoyed what I saw.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Bear News, and we will see you with one more on Wednesday. Bye, guys.